The last roundup
Horror Show.
Welcome to the Last Roundup Horror Show. I'm Frank. This is Jason. That's Jared. We're back with 4 more movies for you. We're doing them 4 at a time now. Up first, Chernobyl Diaries. This is a Jared pick from 2012, ladies and gentlemen. 6 tourists hire an extreme tour guide who takes them to the abandoned city Pripyat, the former home to the workers of the Chernobyl?
Leave a comment if you know how to pronounce that.
Nuclear reactor. During their exploration, they soon discover they are not alone. Written by Oren Peli, who wrote Paranormal Activity. Also written by Carrie Van Dyke and Shane Van Dyke, known for Fast and Furious ripoff Street Racer and other dollar store like movie ripoff thing. Here's a few of their titles. Transmorphers, Fall of Man.
Nice. Go Bots.
Paranormal Entity. So
Yep.
the guy that wrote Paranormal Activity is working with the people that wrote Paranormal Entity. There's got to be a little bit of a... And Titanic 2. Return of Titanic. I don't know how that works.
Is that really a movie?
That's a movie that I had to write them down.
Oh, man. I might have to go check that out.
Yeah. Transmorphers.
What could happen?
Hamlet 2 was good.
Oh. Directed by Bradley Parker. I don't have any other information on him. Jason, do you have? What do you got?
Tagline: Experience the Fallout. Distributed by Warner Brothers and Studio Canal. And this Warner Brothers put out the Blu-ray. It is currently $6.42 on Amazon, and I bought it. $6, I'll buy it.
I got a little scared at the beginning because I thought we were going to drift into a found footage movie.
Yeah, that hit me.
But they're just fucking with you.
By the end of the credits, it's
By the
over.
way, don't do that to me, filmmakers. Don't make me think. Don't make me think of going into something like that.
Well, it's their own fault for shaking the damn camera. It's not found footage, but yet they're still shaking the camera in parts. So that's probably where people get confusion.
There's a lot of things I like about this movie. When they're walking through the abandoned buildings and they use that weird like muted sound effects and talking, like almost like what they would do if someone had just been right next to a grenade that blew up or whatever. You know, like the music's really weird and the audio's kind of muted. Boy, I'll tell you what, man. Digital Bear.
Was it digital?
Digital Bear. That is such a bad. It looked like it jumped out of fucking what's that fucking hunting game on Xbox.
Was it bad? I didn't notice it.
Yeah, man, it was so jarring to me. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm gonna put a picture up of it.
I hope I get to go back and look, and it's a real bear. And you're talking about how bad a real
Digital
bear
Digital Bear.
I didn't notice anything. Maybe
if it is a real bear,
I see it start taking off
they
running down the hallway.
Put it into the.
Maybe I looked away, didn't see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was
close.
a real bear in the scene.
It was straight out of fucking Cabela's hunting game, whatever the hell it is.
checking.
Big Game Hunter. Get your rifles ready.
It may be a real bear though,
and it was pointless. It could have been a fucking wild dog. There was wild dogs all over this place.
It was just.
Weird.
I don't remember it being like a CG bear though.
That was jarring, and that kind of set me up on a path where I was waiting on something fucking stupid to happen. Where I was like, "Where's the angel? Where's the big giant angel that's gonna come down?" But yeah, I wrote down here. I have 40 minutes left of this movie, and I feel like they're going to pull a real dark song move on me. The setting is really good. The situation is appropriately bleak. But since I haven't seen anything substantial aside from a digital bear, I'm really worried.
Digital bear.
How the fuck?
Make it our new theme song.
Here comes that digital bear.
Digital bear.
The main question I had throughout this whole experience is how did Paul become the leader of this group of people? Because this guy is the dumbest. He does the dumbest shit. The one dude gets attacked by fucking something, and he says he's gonna go find him. So he's going around like, Yuri. and then his brother goes missing. Chris.
What, you think you should be quiet?
Yes. There's something trying to kill everybody.
There's a digital bear on the loose. Who's
If
gonna go
nothing
run?
else,
Who's
there's
gonna
a
go
digital-
screaming when there's a digital bear out
But
there?
the way he does it is so. I was laughing every time because it's like it literally is.
Are
like,
the dogs real?
the dogs are definitely real.
Because now you have these second guessing.
Chris, hey, Chris, it's just so fucking funny. Through the whole ordeal, no one once mentions that they're thirsty. That's a thing that I just was at the end. I was like, they don't have fresh water there. They've been awake and running from shit for 24 hours. No one's like, oh my god, the radiation. I guess they do melt at the end, right? Like, I guess they
yeah,
just
I
melt.
mean,
I would be bitching. I would be bitching the whole time. I'd be
yeah,
horrible.
they're getting chased and about to die. Probably thirsty,
What
but wanting to live.
What a horrible situation.
You're looking way too far into this, Frank.
I'm just saying, I'd be dying for a nice.
Sit back, enjoy yourself.
What'd you think about this movie? No one drinks water.
No one said one thing about being
Who
thirsty.
doesn't want water?
No one went piss or poop.
I'm just saying.
No number ones. No number twos. No one's thirsty.
I was just saying.
Fucking bullshit.
Digital bears.
Then definitely someone would be in the mood for like a nice ice mountain spring water. Not
Probably in the mood for a lot of shit.
not
Like not being stuck. in
Not
the middle
being
of Chernobyl.
microwaved.
yeah.
Radiation sickness and getting hunted by mutants.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyways,
Priorities, man.
this is a pretty good movie. I was waiting on them to fuck it up, and they did not fuck it up. Even when they had, I was waiting on it. And then it didn't. I give it a 7 out of 10.
You made a hard right turn. It was bad. It was kind of what I did.
I do. There was a lot of scuttlebutt about this movie because the people were saying it was insensitive to.
Ignore it.
Scuttlebutt.
All right, gotcha. To make sure.
Because they said people
So what's
they were
the
being
scuttlebutt?
they were being insensitive to victims of a horrible tragedy. Because they sort of were.
Yeah. Come on.
But I think it's based around, lore that's existent in that area. Anyways, if a nuclear meltdown happens, people are going to be like, yeah, there's fucked up. I mean, even around here, there was always the tale of the farm that had the waterhead people on it or whatever.
Was that not real?
Classy, Frank.
It's a PC
I remember that.
show.
I haven't thought about that. Huh?
Waterhead's not an appropriate term, I suppose.
PC show.
I was-
People used to say there was some waterheads that lived around here.
Listen, if you're a waterhead
Jesus.
and you're listening right now, we're sorry. We love
There's
you.
not a chance. There's only like 30 people that watch this.
I think
there's no way one of them.
The term you might be looking for is hydrocephalic, I think.
Well, that sounds uppity, Jared.
Is it bad to say?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
First of all, is there a sect of waterhead people that are going to be offended by that? We are the waterheads, and we do not like being called waterheads. We prefer hydrocephalic.
You've heard it, right? Though.
I heard it when we were.
I haven't
kids.
thought about that since I was probably 8 years old.
I'd ride this. I just keep rolling on it.
What are you looking up?
Just making sure
Trying
I
to find them.
pronounced it right. It's
It's
hydrocephalic.
waterhead.
He's got his GPS out.
But yes, I do remember. I
haven't
remember
thought
the
about that.
stories.
Every area has that, so you got to assume that if there's a nuclear meltdown that happens, and the thing that's amazing is they really made this look like Chernobyl.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen like the drone footage that they posted a few years ago, but it really they shot it in Somalia and Hungary. So, I mean, amazing, great job.
Yeah, great job picking locations, and I've watched a couple documentaries on Chernobyl because it's interesting. But they did a good job of making it look like the stuff I've seen. I've never been there though.
Yeah. So
Confessional.
secret time. Have
I'm
you
not
seen
an
that?
expert.
What?
Have you guys seen that comedian?
I don't think
His
so.
special is called Secret Time. It's on Netflix.
Well,
You gotta
now I
watch
have to look it
Jesus. Josh told me to watch it, and I watched it. We're getting off track here, but Ann had went to bed, and she left the bedroom door open. I had to go shut it because I was like screaming. Well, I was laughing like I could. I couldn't hold it. Anyway, so we have these radioactive freaks running.
Oh man, isn't that a movie
Radioactive freaks
Probably.
running around
from the 80s?
I don't know.
Am I thinking blood sucking freaks? Sorry,
Blood-sucking
go ahead.
freaks, bro.
Everything in this movie is predictable. There's nothing really original about it. It kind of feels like you've seen it 100 times, just in a different location.
Felt like a little like generic Hills Have Eyes in Chernobyl.
Yeah. Cool setting, though. Creates a sense of dread, them being out there. No water.
No, thirsty.
Radioactive, you know what I mean?
Pining for a
What
fucking
he
ice
said,
mountain.
You know, they're asking him,
Not a sponsor. Could be a sponsor, though.
are we safe to walk around out here? Yeah, we only be out here a couple hours. But now you realize you have to be stuck out here all night. So it does create that sense of dread. The acting's okay. They're just in this movie to die.
Yeah.
You could probably replace them with just about anyone. The story is... It's okay. It's really just cool because of the location. The ending doesn't really pay off for me. It's full of tropes, cliches. This isn't a found footage movie, but there's a lot of times where the camera is just shaky, and I don't understand that. Like,
Just trying to add to
what
the-
do you? Yeah. So, I gave this movie a 5. Like I said, it's $6. I bought it. I think it's worth $6. I buy 5s.
I buy 5s. Yeah, I gave it a 6. I think the two biggest things I had against the movie, it's a little character centric for not having characters to drive it. Like you said, everybody's in here's to die. I'd expect more monsters or of the mutants.
Especially the other couple that just happens to join the tour. Like,
when they
what
get
are you here for?
when they get to the end and you start seeing them, but they kind of wait a little long. It's
That's a problem I have with it is you don't see nothing. It could have been anything out there.
they made it to where it's a little more character driven, but without any actual characters to drive it. Like it's concentrated on the group. The story of the group is what it's telling, but no one cares about the group. The ending, I don't mind the ending. The ending, the last two survivors finally get away from the mutants. They run through a lot of radiation and go blind and
Burning,
terrible things.
yeah.
And then soldiers come up. They kill one. The other lady passes out on top, and she wakes up in a hospital. And they kind of reveal that there are people that were severely radiated and kind of have been in this hospital, and they were escapees, and that's kind of where they come from. I don't mind the end as much, other than that aspect of it is way more interesting to me than the first half hour, 45 minutes of the characters without any kind of characters.
Chris!
Yeah. I mean, it has its faults. It waits to the end to kind of set up any cool stuff and then doesn't do anything with it. It's a little slow in the beginning. But I gave it a 6. I mean, it's... So, as somebody, Matt, had said that he hadn't watched it yet because he doesn't want it to suck. And I went in thinking this was either going to be a really cool movie or a really terrible movie, and was really surprised to find out it wasn't either.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. I wouldn't say you wasted time to watch it, but you're not going to walk away being like, I'm going to tell somebody about this movie. It's just, it is what it is. There's some cool stuff in it. They do a good job of making it look like Chernobyl. Some of the cooler ideas that you could run with, they just kind of toss in right at the end. So could have been a lot more than what it is, but definitely could have been way worse than what
What'd you
it is.
give it, Frank?
Oh, I can't remember, man. I'm on the next thing. I don't want to go back.
I have to watch the video.
I'll get it.
I think Frank gave it a 7. You gave it a 5. I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 7, definitely.
Definitely.
I guess that wasn't very long, did it?
Because of the digital bear. Digital bear.
Digital bear. Right over there, a digital bear.
Sitting in my chair. Digital bear.
Okay, what are we on to now? Meatball Machine?
We doing Changeling or
Changeling?
Meatball Machine?
I'm lost of what we haven't done yet.
Changeling or
Changeling.
Meatball
Let's
Machine?
just do Changeling. How's that sound? This here is a George C. Scott, delicious, fantastic classic movie. in my
Oh,
opinion.
George
What one
C.
are we doing?
Changeling, 1980.
Oh, all right.
The summary for this film: a man staying at a secluded historical mansion finds himself being haunted by the presence of a specter. Directed by Peter Medak, known for mostly television, but also Species 2. How about that?
Mater? Peter Mater?
Peter
Mater?
Medak. Written by Russell Hunter.
Thompson.
With
Peter Thompson.
There you go. Come on, Frank.
Written by Russell Hunter with screenplay by William Gray, who did Prom Night and The Philadelphia Experiment, and Diana Maddox. Oh, God. So they immediately make you sad at the beginning because they kill off George C. Scott's entire family, which it did not make me cry. This movie didn't make me cry. But
Does that mean it made him cry?
No, it doesn't.
I didn't.
The death wasn't even sad to me because they were having an unrealistic snowball fight. Like, who the fuck's like, hey, we just pushed a car. Hey, we just pushed a car through the fucking snow. Hey, mom. Hey, come over here. Let's throw these snowballs at each other. They're freezing, and they're all like kind of all right with the situation. It's winter. They're pushing a car.
Say it. I want to hear it. Say it. Say it.
This is a classy movie, though. It seems really polished, like movies of the late 70s, early 80s. The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby, The Omen. It kind of had that feel, I thought. Really smooth camera work and scene blocking, and a beautiful classical piano score.
Classic. It's classy.
I find it really hard to believe that George C. Scott plays a piano, though. Like, let alone teach it. Incredible.
I don't.
You go with it?
I believe it.
He don't play that piano.
He's an actor. I bet he learned for the movie.
Really good sound design for 1980. A lot of the audio swells are uniquely unsettling, huh? Words. Purely right.
That's good, right, Jared?
Oh, shit.
That's good stuff, right?
Hey, Jared, I wrote words down. You like
You
that?
fucking lit up on that one. Uniquely unsettling, huh?
Full sentence.
How'd you like that? And a period too. But they have this.
Good job, Frank. Good job.
It's weird reading notes on this thing, so I'm a little awkward. They have a
That's what it
seance
is.
where we learn that.
These notes.
Damn notes.
Can't see a damn thing.
They're on because they're on a pad, man.
Screen's broke.
That's my life, man. My screen's broken. My life. They have a seance where we learn that George C. Scott is being haunted by a ghost named Joseph, and then everybody leaves, and George C. Scott sits back like you do, and relaxes to listen to the audio playback of the ghosts in the house he's sitting in by himself. Fuck that. I'd be out of there, man. I wouldn't be spending the night there at all. We get to see a young boy drown in a tub, so that's good. That's the thing that we get to see. We get to see
Yeah, that was a
little rough thing to watch
an
there.
intense scene there.
If this ghost is strong enough to flip a motherfucker's car, then why is it not strong enough to communicate its will to George C. Scott? Jared? Why can't it do that? Why can't it just go, hey, the fucking necklace, buddy? You can flip a car?
Two
Come
different
on.
things. It's strong. We just can't talk.
Well, then if he can move a car, he can move a piece of chalk or a pen
No.
or fucking.
You gotta watch them peas, man. You're popping.
I know, and you don't have to address production issues on the show, Jared.
You're ruining the show.
You're ruining the show. I wrote things down and everything, Jared.
Been blowing my ears up all night.
Okay, well, I won't do my beatbox segment then later on. This is a solid movie. I'm not usually a big haunted house kind of guy, but I say it's an 8 out of 10. Would have gave it a higher score if it was shorter. They could have cut a lot of the slow walking out, I think, a little bit. But what do you say, Jay?
I'm the opposite. I do really like haunted house movies. I think that you have to rely on atmosphere and the settings because that's what a haunted house is scary. You mean
That's a clip right there.
Damn it! They're scary. They have good atmosphere. No, yeah, George C. Scott, great in this movie. I mean, it's right up there. His role in Exorcist 3. It does have the same look as some of those other movies. I'm not sure what is that a certain film stock they used back around those times or what, but
Was it 70s?
it's probably like the best film stock you
I have
could
my
get
notes
back
on this.
then.
What year is this, Frank?
This is
But anyways,
1980 on the button.
I'm in agreement. I give it an 8 as well.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, I mean it's a great movie. I mean it's one
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Great movie. Good roundup.
Yeah, no, it's one of those classics, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's just one of the lesser known.
Had you seen this
But-
before?
Yeah, I own it.
Oh,
I've
shit.
owned this for fucking 20 years.
I definitely say it's one of the. It's a
Yeah.
classic, but it's probably at that bottom tier.
Like Omen and Rosemary's Baby and Exorcist, and this was always one of those. I always took it as, but and George C. Scott obviously is a fantastic actor who was doing horror at the end of his career, and he's amazing in it. And you know, it's slow, but that's the point of it. Like I don't know you can pick the movie up without losing. Without losing the whole point of the feel of the movie. You
could wash your dishes and watch this movie.
You could-
You're not gonna miss much.
You could throw in like a bunch of shaky kids and jump scares and stuff, but I think that wasn't the purpose. So yeah, I thought it's a great movie. I 8 as well.
Look at that. We got another recommended.
Ding 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 ding.
Recommended. Or is it approved? Approved is the proper term.
We approved a recommendation.
Let's see how this one goes.
It deserves it too. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
This is one of my picks. Meatball Machine, 2005. Summary.
Jason's shaking his head.
He asked me why I didn't apologize for this
You
one.
didn't apologize for this movie. So again, going into your second pick, I'm like, Jesus. If he didn't apologize for this movie,
we're referencing Blood
Harvest ended up being good.
Does not surprise me that he didn't apologize for this.
Full throttle splatterific Japanese cyberpunk science fiction horror at its most aggressive. This mind blower about alien parasites that turn their human hosts into slave necroborgs will leave you dizzy and drained in a good way. Seems like they wrote that one themselves, doesn't it? A little bit. I would agree with it though. I'm on board with all that. Written and directed by many people, none of which have names.
Many people
that I dare even attempt to pronounce because this is
Yamaguchi. I think we got that one.
we got Yamaguchi's on it.
Yudai Yamaguchi and Junya Kato.
Matar.
That's all I got.
Anyways,
It's directed by Yamaguchi as well. Written and directed by him.
This movie kicks right into the hyper-violent superhuman battle sequence.
Distributed by King.
Yeah, I forgot he has notes.
King Record and TLA releasing this does have a Blu-ray release. Just came out last year, 2017. Gravitas Ventures. I've never even heard of that company. So that tells you how bad this movie is. You don't even hear of the company that puts it out. Go ahead.
Okay. This is our first movie with subtitles. So, I believe so.
Oh.
I mean, they all had subtitles.
You didn't understand them?
No, did you? Taking some classes. But yeah, it just jumps right in, and it's the fights in this movie remind me of like the Guyver. Have you seen the Guyver? Have you guys seen the Guyver movies?
Yeah, with Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I actually seen this movie. Someone made the comparison. They said the Tetsuo, the Man of Iron,
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
mixed with Guyver
Yeah.
and Guar.
Yeah. And
And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty accurate description.
I watched this one first, I think. So it's some of these notes I don't know what I was talking about. This dude comes in and interrupts a sultry masturbation scene to ask our main character for 10,000 yen. How much do you think that is in US dollars?
$2.
It's not a whole lot.
$89.55.
I was gonna say like $100.
This is really my kind of shit, though. I compared it to Guyver and Toxic Avenger, but much better choreographed and gorier. Things got real intense with that whole tentacle porn thing, right? Like that thing that happened where the lead female character gets impregnated with the alien.
Oh, you knew right where it was going. She's laying down with her legs spread.
Yeah,
You know right where it's heading.
that was really weird, anyways, because she shows the dude
Right?
before
Jared?
before that whole thing happens. Well, I can. That's a production note. Watch, I'll do it again. Close up. Shit.
You're breaking the wall.
Right where that was going.
But this girl's showing this dude, this is like their first get together. She's like being open.
Yeah, he just walked, or she helped him get home because he got beat up or something.
And she's showing him these scars, which look bad. They look bad. But then he's just like totally like, yeah, I'm sorry that those are unattractive. Kind of. That's the way he seemed. Like, I'm sorry you got those. Gross a little bit. But really cool. I did like the effects of the hands coming out of the girl's scar, like the little face and shit. I like how they use CG in this movie. I think that this is how you need to use it if you're going to use it a lot, because it's stylized. And the end was really stupid, where the parasites are talking, basically setting up the sequel.
Whole thing's stupid.
Yeah, so things you won't see in this are, there is a lot of parasites.
Anything
but
good.
there's definitely no parties or purple people eaters or there's no bait. I'm just trying to piss Jared off, really. 8 out of 10 from me, guys. Stay tuned for Kudoku Meatball Machine coming soon to this show.
I was gonna say, I think it's already out.
Yeah, we're gonna review it probably at some point. We got to finish it up.
Jason,
let's see what he
looks
thinks.
excited.
Oh, it's over the top Japanese Power Ranger gore fest. They're what, parasitic aliens?
Yeah.
And their sole purpose is to come down and kill
Fight-
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Nailed
sport.
it.
I
It's like a
said
sport to them.
their sole purpose is to come down here, take over our bodies to kill each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like a sport
You nailed it.
It's a sport?
to them. And that's the way they talk at the end. They're like, we finally got these bodies that are like,
Oh, was they calling it a game?
yeah,
Did they say game?
yeah. They the bodies they had.
Say game.
They wanted more human element in it, so I forget. They replicated whatever.
Yeah, it might be good if you like the kind of stuff. I wanted this to end. This was on Tubi, right?
Yeah. No.
Hulu.
No? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I wanted this to end, and it seemed like it wasn't end.
There's probably ads. For that pill you give your
No,
dogs
I don't
if they're
know
sad or
not.
whatever.
Anyway, I'm not going to watch it again. It was a waste of my time. That was kind of
Did it hurt your feelings?
a no. Actually, they were both your picks, so I was expecting it to be a really rough night. One ended up being decent, so it wasn't that bad of a night. But this movie.
They were both movies you picked, so I wasn't expecting to enjoy myself.
There's some decent gore. To me, that concept, that story's crap. It's not necessarily about the story. Like, I get that. Like, story really doesn't matter. The focus is these. What, I don't know. What they become? Machines? Like half machine? Like they make weapons out of human body parts.
Yeah, they're like shells.
Like
for
turn them into guns and saws. And
yeah, I love it so much.
oh, so it's almost like they turn it into a machine.
Have you seen the Guyver?
No.
Maybe that's why I like it so much, because it seemed like that.
I have seen the Iron Man though. Tetsuo or
I haven't seen that. They actually said this was kind of a ripoff of that movie. So
I gave it a 3.
Ooh, that's bleak. What'd you give it?
Low. We gave it low. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I enjoy stuff like this. It's like a live action crazy anime.
This probably would have been a really cool thing if it was anime. Like the live production of it is. It's not movie material.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're into, I mean, it's a way over the top, crazy stuff, then yeah, this is, I mean, the effects I thought were good. They looked good. But
the tentacles were just hoses. I mean, they're just hoses flopping around.
Maybe good. Maybe good's the wrong word. They looked right.
Some stuff that looks good, like Frank said, the CGI, like at one point he has just blood sprayed on his face. That's CG, but it looks good.
Yeah, maybe I worded it wrong. The effects look right for what they're doing. It's the edition. Whoever I saw reviewed it that said Guar.
It looks like Power Rangers.
Yeah, whoever said
Power Rangers.
Guar, like nailed it. I mean,
definitely.
It's a Japanese anime with Guar kind of
not as cool
sensibilities. It's just over the top ridiculousness. And if you like it, it's
right. Frank Guar, cool. Meatloaf sandwich.
Meat sandwich.
Meat sandwich.
Yeah, I like Guar.
But yeah,
I
if
even
you,
like new Guar. Anyways,
if you're into that, I absolutely recommend it. It's fun as shit. It's a romp, craziness. I imagine you're going in not worried about the story if you're into stuff like that. So there's not much to comment on story-wise. It's violent and weird and crazy.
I like movies.
Yeah.
I like movies. This ain't a movie. If you don't like movies, watch this.
Kevin Buckley, actually. So this is a quote from Kevin Buckley. So you know it's the real shit. He said, "This is what movies are. This is what movies should be." For something like that. It was something about like this is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy oriented and not worried about.
I give you John Carpenter's The Thing. You give me Meatball Machine.
I promise you my picks for next time are
the sequel
better. No, that's not next. I'm not. I'm not going
to
make anybody do that back to back.
You gotta wait.
Good Lord.
But yeah, for what it is, I give it an 8. I mean, I think it's dead on for what it's supposed to be. I enjoy these kind of movies.
Rocked over here.
Like I said, I'm judging it for what it is.
There's an air
I
over
felt
here.
all the blood leave my head for a second.
His skeleton just left his body and went outside.
I said I'm judging it for what it is. Like if I were judging it on like story and character development and the kind of stuff you would a normal movie, no, it's just ridiculous. But who would watch this movie being
What'd you
like,
give The Changeling?
I gave it an 8.
There you go. There you go, folks. The verdict is in.
It's as good as The Changeling.
You can like a lot of different kinds of ice cream.
If you are into the Changeling style movies, I think that one's an 8.
That's what I was saying. I like movies. I like
if you are
I like
in-
Fan of the
stories.
cinema over here.
I like atmosphere. I like good acting, good music. Yes.
if you are
This stuff is painful to watch.
if you are into over the top ridiculousness,
If you're into that,
top camp, I give this an 8.
it probably still looks like a 3. I mean, I've watched some over the top stuff and
Is this-
that are way better than this movie.
Is this bologna cake then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I'm just saying, I've watched some crazy
It's
stuff.
alien parasites
Well, I
turning
mean-
human body parts into machine
I mean, I
bodies
thought-
so
what
they can
was the- what
fight
was
for
the one that
sport.
I- what was-
Like Jason's absolutely right. The story is just ridiculously stupid.
hey,
but
I wanted to make sure because I said basket case was, and you guys disagreed with me. So I just want to make
The
sure.
first one?
Yeah. All of them are.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
but yeah, like I'm gauging it on what it is. I like stuff like this too. It's like Tokyo Gore
I'm just trying to put
Police
myself
and-
even in that category. I still don't think this would be a good movie.
Yeah, I think it's
Like there's you have to. I don't know. There's like the Holy Grail. There's the worst. So you got it. There's got to be way better movies that are over the top than this movie. That's what I'm saying.
But
this
this-
still has to be.
like you're going to you're going to find movies like this that have storylines and characters that you're going to say that
Don't even have to be storylines. These
That's-
kinds of movies, there's not really.
yeah, there's not
There's not a place for them.
it's how ridiculous you can make it.
I'm gonna find some.
That's fine.
He's on the.
I'll probably give them 8s too. It's fun. I have fun with stuff like this, so
Well-
I gave it an 8. I thought it was, for what it is, it's solid. If you are not into just nonstop ridiculousness, don't watch it.
The way this is the way I would look at it. If you've seen The Guyver and you like that, this is like that times 10.
I'm gonna have to watch The Guyver.
I wouldn't
Don't watch MacGyver.
if I were you.
Is it better? Is it better or worse than this?
It's not horror. It's sci-fi. Ridiculous sci-fi.
It's basically a guy finds an alien biosuit. It gets stuck in his forehead, and it turns him into this superhero that has blades. It's even more Power Rangery
I
than
won't
this
watch
one
it.
is.
I'm not watching it.
What
are we doing next?
Mark
T-
Hamill's in it though.
Yeah. Our last movie for this episode, I believe. This is the last one, right?
Yes.
This was one that we put up for the poll. So the group
You
our group,
chose.
helped pick this. Teeth from 2007. Summary: still a stranger to her own body, a high school student discovers she has a physical advantage when she becomes the object of male violence. Written and directed by Mitchell Lichtenstein from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
I watched this one in our Facebook group. We had a watch party, just me and Angela Mole. That's how you say her name, by the way. I asked, so I'm not fucking up. But you guys should do that. We should try to do that and watch stuff in there because it's pretty fun.
Tagline: Every rose has its thorns.
He's quick.
I love how he just jumps in the pool.
Distributed by Dimension Extreme, and has a release, a DVD release only, 2008.
My favorite character in this movie is the shittiest one. It's the stepbrother. He looked familiar to me, so I looked up his credits. Have you ever seen Nip Tuck, that TV show from early 2000s?
I've seen a few
He
episodes.
plays
of that.
the son on that, and I recommend watching that show if you've never seen it. It's pretty fucking weird.
I read up about this one though, and I heard someone saying they wonder if he got cast because he tried to self-circumcise or something.
Is that right?
In one of the episodes of Nip Tuck.
That might, yeah,
And
that's true.
so
He did.
They
yes.
thought that his casting might be
But
a little
this
hint
was-
because of what this is about.
This was before Nip Tuck. I
Oh,
believe.
was it?
Uh,
That was something I read. I've never watched Nip Tuck, and that was something I read online.
yeah. Well, he's always reading. So not talking about it anymore.
I'm trying to join in the conversation. I don't write notes, so I
Hey.
started looking up little snippets.
I appreciate it.
You don't seem like you do.
The reason I like him so much is this character is he's like, at one point he's listening to death metal while shooting a pellet gun in his room and smoking a cigarette like a badass. And then he just fucks his girlfriend and then treats her like shit. He's
In the butt.
Oh, did he?
He won't. No. He's only about the butt.
Oh, I missed that because he's saving it for his stepsister.
Well, and he's also probably a little bit scared the last time he tried to
Oh yeah.
touch a vagina.
It bit him.
His finger got bloody.
Yeah, basically, this girl finds out that she has
Right, Frank?
teeth in her vagina, and
What's the term they use? Vaginal dentia or something like that?
vaginal dentata or something like that.
I'm sure that's how it's spelled.
This girl is fucking really handling this whole situation fairly well, because she got, not only did she get raped by her crush, she lost her virginity at the same time and saw her first penis slashed, severed penis at the same time. It's just nonstop, and she's just kind of all right with it, even though she's got a vagina monster happening. Every guy in this movie is just shitty. This is a shitty rapist, every single one of them almost, except for the dad. I just wrote down like puns and shit while we were watching this. Talk about killer pussy, huh?
Good one.
Talk about killer pussy. And then there was one point where there was a crab that had the dude's penis. You remember that? I said that crab had dick. You know, dick has crabs. It's crab. Yeah, it's bad.
Keep going. Line them up.
I don't have more than that.
I wrote these down.
I wrote this down too. The doctor says, "What did you put in here?" Like she's fucking punking him. Oh shit! Wow, there's a lot of penis damage in this movie though, for real. There's a lot of it, a lot of bloody penises. I'm surprised somebody was able to upload it to Facebook, honestly, because I was watching it right on Facebook Watch Party. It was uploaded by somebody, and they fucking took my shit down for a tit that popped out at one point. Do you think she has a toothy vagina because they live so close to a nuclear power plant?
I believe that's
probably what it is.
I believe that's what they were hinting at. So subtly.
There's not really anything.
Just the shot.
Giant nuclear power plant right behind the house.
It just, I swear the camera just stays there for like 10 seconds. It just pans in on it.
They open up and say, "This is the reason for the whole movie."
But I kind of felt bad for the brother at the end, because like he really just loves this girl. He even yells at his dad at one point, "You made her my sister," so that's why he's all fucked up. Plus she bit his finger off with his vagina, and then she fucking chops his dick off at the end. This kid was fucked from beginning. This is why nobody listens to kids. And then they do something crazy, you know? Nobody listens to them. 8 out of 10.
This is a great abstinent movie, is it not?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I really don't know what to say about it. Everything in this movie is just okay.
Goes by pretty quick. Seems like.
I mean, it's a vagina with teeth, that she can control when she wants to. It seems.
You gotta like talk about real,
because when
you gotta
the
do
only
it
one
just right.
the first time that guy had sex with her in his garage or whatever it was, when she came over to talk to him, he was saying he was going to be the hero to conquer this Vatata or whatever it is. He has sex with her, and he doesn't get
successfully
because she wasn't trying to stop him. The other times, she doesn't want it, so that's when the teeth bite.
Well, he
down.
says the wrong fucking thing.
Well, he had his chance. It has some funny parts. It has some cringeworthy parts. A little gore, a little quirky. I gave it a 5.
Yeah, whenever the dog gets his dick, his severed penis at the end, and like he swallows it and then yaks it back up. And evidently some bakery made that the little cockroach, the ring in it.
A bakery?
A local bakery made that for them. What a weird thing to put an order in for. What do you say, Jer?
Yeah, I wasn't in love with the movie. I don't think it was done horribly or anything. It was one of those ones that just kind of falls in the beginning. When you hear the premise, I think the premise of it hurts it, because the expectation of, like, you hear, okay, this chick has a vagina with teeth in it and it's going to do a lot of damage, you immediately go into over the top ridiculousness, Meatball Machine style. Like, okay, someone here is trying to, and then they overall through the movie they treat a little more like straightforward horror. A bit more. There are some cheesy parts, some joke parts. Obviously, you're not going to be able to resist doing with the subject matter, but they don't lean on it heavy. And at the end, I think that kind of premise as a more straightforward horror movie just doesn't leave a lot to do anything. Once you get your first real, once the dude's dick gets shaved off and dropped on the floor, everything after that's just kind of running on the same. Like,
would it have
there's
been
your
better?
initial shock and there's nothing.
I thought the thing that was going to happen was she was just going to be like, I really like doing this where I chop the dick off, and then she like got a hunger for it and was going out and like attacking. That would have.
Well, she kind of did that with
By
the
the
old guy
end.
at the end. She
Oh yeah, that's true. She
had
But
a nice smile on her face because she knew what was going to happen.
That's what I would expect out of a schlock movie, and probably where they would run with it with a schlock movie. You get into it early, and then she just goes on this killing spree, killing people with her vagina, and
It's
just
kind of
take
like
it
the
way
plot
over the
of
top.
kind of like the plot of Lady Terminator. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's an Asian movie. I think she has a gun in her vagina.
But
or
like
something.
I said, they treat it a bit more like a straightforward horror story, which there's not much to it. I'm with Jason. I give it a 5. It wasn't
they should have even made it. They either should have made it like over the top funny, or try to make it horrifying.
Yeah, I think with the premise, I just don't see him being able to do horrifying, because the first scene by the waterfall, I mean that's pretty rough stuff. But then that's kind of all you got to work with.
I think they could have made it horrifying.
That is horrifying. But, I mean the rest of the movie.
Well, I'm talking about focusing on horror, making it a horror movie. A lot of times in this, it don't feel like a horror movie at all.
Yeah,
Or they could have made it real, like more comedy aspect to it.
Yeah,
made it real funny.
There's
some parts that you laugh at it, but
trying to make it even more serious than what it was. A whole movie out of it. I don't know how you get a whole movie. Even this, it's just after the first initial one,
it's
it
okay.
just kind of
Everything's okay.
So yeah, I give it a 5. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh well. Before we wrap up here, might as well just get. What are you reading so that your fans can
My fans.
yeah, your fans.
Let's see. I just finished This Rough Old World by Brendan Barrows. It's like old California
Prospectors.
hippie era. It's kind of like detective story, only it's got a Cthulhu supernatural bent to it. A little light on that aspect, but when it's there, it's really good. And he's got a twist in it. I had heard there was a twist, and if you know there's a twist, it might be pretty obvious. So, but yeah, that was really good. I finished Mad Dogs. Did I talk about Mad Dogs last time I was on?
I don't believe so.
Mad Dog's really good. It's like Hillbilly Constantine in Indiana fighting zombie dogs and werewolves and
A digital bear, maybe.
and demon meth dealers.
Wow.
Yeah, that one was really good. Rab has I think coming out here soon. I've heard Camp Ghoul Mountaintop Massacre Part 6, the novelization, which is just I don't even know that I can explain it. I think the book is him writing a novelization and the other guy he's working with. But it's maybe a haunted slasher movie, a Lost kind of version. But it's a novelization of it, but weird things happen while the novelization is being wrote. I don't know. It's pretty tripped out. But I'm looking forward to that. Should be coming out soon, too. So I guess that's what I'm reading.
There you
So.
go. Now, you don't have picks?
Oh, and right now I'm also reading Mer Winnery's Phantasmagoria Blues. which is his second book.
Have you read that before?
No, I've read Little Dixie Horror Show, and then I talked to him right after Trade Your Coffin for a Gun, which was amazing. And Phantasmagoria Blues is short stories, and it's been really good too.
All right. Well, that's the Jared reading wrap up. But
reading roundup.
Do you have picks for next time?
Yeah. I got Creepazoids coming in the mail, which looks like fun time 80s schlock. For a newer one, I don't know what's going on yet. No one else wants to rent Mandy.
We blocked him out.
I am watching Mandy this weekend.
We'll review it sometime.
I might just go ahead and buy a digital copy and be like, here, you guys go ahead and watch it. So that if I do that, that'll be my pick. I'm watching it this weekend regardless, though. I'm pretty
one way or another.
I'm pretty excited about it. I really liked Beyond the Black Rainbow. It's that director.
It's got to be better than that one.
And Nick Cage is in it, and it looks cool. I've heard it's really good as well, so I'm pretty excited. So maybe Mandy, unless I only want to rent it and don't want to buy it, and you losers don't want to watch it with me when I rent it. So.
I don't want to rent it because I'm probably going to end up buying it. See what I mean? I don't want to pay $5 to watch it and then I have to spend $15 to get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Makes sense.
My thing was like we could get together and hang out and watch it, but you guys
yeah, I said if that's the scenario, let's do it. And then Frank vetoed it.
Frank's I don't want to hang out with you.
I was thinking
we could have got pizza and pop.
I was thinking we already got to get together to watch Halloween, and that it would be around.
I bet we don't.
You don't think so?
I bet we don't.
What are we doing?
We have to. That's what I already had planned.
Oh, all
right. What are we doing on Halloween?
We were going to watch Halloween, do a podcast in the car, and we were going to also talk about the Malvolia Halloween special.
Oh, okay, that's what we're doing.
So,
what do you mean?
Oh, you were out of the loop on that.
I don't remember hearing
Malvolia.
I asked you guys if you maybe wanted to
We're going to watch the new Halloween?
Go to the theater and watch the Halloween.
In the theater? Together, like friends?
Like buddies.
Holy shit.
Well, now we're not.
You ruined it.
Now we're doing it.
But then Malvolia got a hold of us because she saw, remember Malvolia, right? From, what was the movie?
Oh, yeah, this is what he's out of the loop on.
1031?
Yeah.
Malvolia, the horror host from 1031.
Okay, yeah.
The
saw
one
our review.
Frank sexually harassed.
Listen, she knows what she's doing. Anyways,
wow.
She got a hold of us and said, she saw the review and wanted to know if we wanted to talk about or review her Halloween special for this year. So she's going to send it to us, and we're going to check that out, too.
That sounds fun.
So that'll be...
Are we going to watch that before we go watch Halloween in the theater and kind of do it all at once? Or are we just going to... Are we going to patchwork this thing together?
I didn't know he was doing some podcast in a car.
I thought that's what we talked about. I'll bring my Zoom and...
Okay.
Zoom.
Just
all right.
do it right there.
All right.
Where are we going to watch it?
Finley.
Probably.
I hate Lima.
Nicer.
You guys can drive to my house. We'll hop in the Mini and
nice.
Yeah, luxury. But I had a couple picks for next time. Mountain of the Cannibal God. I've never seen that, but I've heard about it for many years, and I'd like to check that out. And they just added The Fly of 1986 to Hulu, so I want to watch that again.
There you
go. We also have some listener picks, but I'll get to those after. You got picks, Jason?
Well, I was trying to think of what movies I gave you. I was waiting for you to announce.
Oh, the listener picks that we put on the poll for this time are Murder Party, and one of your picks, Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder.
Okay, so I can't pick that one. Oh,
I feel like I had one good one on there.
I think they were
what I have? I had like
Stakeland 2.
Stakeland 2. And what was the other one? I feel like the other one looks good.
I don't know. Stakeland 2 looks good.
What's your picks?
Mountain of the Cannibal God. You can watch that on Shudder. And The Fly 1986 on Hulu.
And what's your picks?
Creepazoids, which I am getting on DVD in the mail, so you guys can borrow that. And maybe Mandy, maybe not.
Okay. All right. Gosh, dang it. Trying to think of something I've got recently.
You got
I
a
think-
lot of stuff.
I don't know that it's
Yeah.
out to buy. I might look too. I know
What about those weird ass vampire movies you got?
Hereditary.
What is this episode going to be running in October?
I believe.
One
Yeah.
will be the 9th.
It's in October.
Yeah.
Right. So
One's the end of September, and then one's.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
let's get some Halloween movies out there then.
Ah.
Let's do. Tales of Halloween and
One of them won't be in October. One will be in November.
okay, well anyway,
Just saying.
still close enough.
We'll
All right.
work it out.
Tales of Halloween and gosh dang it. All Hallows Eve.
There you
All
go.
Hallows Eve.
All right. Well, and we'll also we'll put some other poll movies up. All these peas, boy, a lot of peas in the porridge tonight. Thanks for watching and listening. If you want to send us mail, we will read it.
Yeah, send us mail.
You're not going to do it though.
Just send
No
us mail.
one watches these anymore.
It doesn't matter what you
They
send.
only watch the
They
review
watched
clips.
the single episode.
LRHSpod. Oh God, I fucked it up.
What?
LRHSpod
Look,
at
what?
gmail.com.
Did someone just send us mail?
Is that mail?
No, my phone's about to die.
Oh,
Oh.
we'll see you next.
56 minutes. No one wants to watch us for 56 minutes.
We will we'll lay you on that.
It'll get edited down.
No, it won't. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye, guys.